Hello and welcome to the Feminine Millionaire Show. I'm your host, Polly Alexander. I'm a success coach, healer, creative, and future millionaire. If creating money and success in a spiritual and feminine and joyful way is your goal, this show is for you. Let's all rise together. Hello and welcome to this lead up to Christmas. So you might be listening to this on Christmas Eve or perhaps just after. And it's my intention that you're having a beautiful, restful, nourishing time. Depending what you're doing and who you're spending it with, it can also be a time of triggers, of challenges, particularly if you're with family. And I just want to acknowledge that as part of your experience. If you would like a break from all of that, and if you're ready to join a supportive circle to reflect back on your year and start bringing in your vision for 2023, then I have a special workshop happening. We still have a few spots left. It is on the 27th of December. You can see more details and sign up with the link in the show notes. It's going to be a beautiful, intimate workshop for a maximum of 20 people. And I'll be leading some journaling and reflection exercises to help you integrate, review and let go of 2022. We'll be doing powerful energy work that will support you in releasing. And then we'll move on to mining the gold that's available in 2023, connecting to your heartfelt desires and bring these into goals and the woman that you desire to become. It's going to be a very powerful session. This is just a wonderful vortex of energy at this time of year. And so if you feel called to join, I really look forward to spending my festive time with you in this powerful process. Also, welcome to so many people that I know that are coming back to do this workshop. It's always wonderful to have so many returning clients. It's testament to the power of this work. So this year feels kind of different. I don't know about you, but what I've observed in my community, in my programs, and with my clients, and in my own life, is that we seem to be transitioning in a rather gentle and feminine way into the festive season this year. Things seem to have slowed down. People have time to catch up on personal pieces and get organised. And it just feels like a different energy to last year. I don't know if there's something planetary happening, or perhaps it's the universal energies, or perhaps we've just evolved and we're no longer available for the hustle and the grind and the stress and the overwhelm. I know I'm not. So enjoy this week. Make time to nourish yourself. Enjoy this slower pace. I'm actually planning something really exciting. A big trip, my first big trip in 3 years. The business is going to be closed for the next 3 weeks. And I'm going to be going on a big adventure, hopefully with Teddy Pom Pom. I'm not going to share more quite yet because it's not a small thing to pull off and we don't know 100% that it's going to happen. So I'm intending and desiring and manifesting and using all my tools, but I'm also surrendering to what is. So who knows where in the world I'll be when I next record for you. But coming on to the end of the year, so it's a powerful time for reflection, review, integration of your year, and celebration of your wins and successes. I always pivot myself to such a different place after going through this process. So, here today is actually a replay of last year's episode where I share how to do an end of year review, and I share some of the powerful questions that I ask myself at this time of year and the insights that they have available for you. So enjoy this replay, and I look forward to seeing you in 2023. So at this time of year, it's the perfect opportunity to take an inventory of your life and review your past year, the challenges you've surmounted, the strengths you've developed, and the lessons you've learned. The end of the year is such a powerful time for reflection and introspection. The time invested now is time well spent because it reconnects you to your soul's path and journey and provides an invaluable perspective on how to approach the coming year. It's also a time of celebration where you can honour your successes and your wins and how you evolved over the last year. This process will raise your self-esteem, increase your self-worth, and allow you to own your light shadows. Approach the areas that did not work out as planned with awareness, acceptance, self-forgiveness, self-compassion, and allow them to serve you to recalibrate for the coming year. Identify the areas where you did not show up for yourself, the areas where you need extra support, and how you will choose to do things differently in 2022. You get to choose what to let go of. You get to forgive yourself and others for your mistakes and failures. Allow yourself to leave these in 2021 and release any burdens of regret and resentment. It's been one hell of a year for humanity. You were on this journey with me, with us all, and you got through it. That alone deserves celebrating. So, I'm going to share with you today 8 powerful questions to ask yourself. At this time of year, it's a really powerful, potent time of year. As I record this, I'm actually coming to you from the beautiful Six Senses Hotel in Ibiza. I have a view of the landscape glistening in the winter sun. I can see a garden overlooking the sea. There's a wild wind blowing. It's almost as if the island, she's sweeping away 2021, inviting us all to move forwards. So this comes to you with the magical transformational energy of Ibiza embedded in this podcast. As I go through these questions to ask yourself, which you'll want to grab a journal and write down, I'm going to share some of my answers that may awaken, inspire, or support you in some way. So, this is the question I most enjoy. So the first question to ask is, what were my successes this year? What were my successes this year? And you can list down anything that is a success for you. So I always like to list my revenue in my business. That is one of my successes. Whether it was where you wanted it to be or it fell short, the money created, the energy created in a form of money, that is a success to be celebrated. I also like to celebrate my growth in different areas. So it could be in relationships, could be in health, could be in the body, could be through learning, studying, or training. I like to celebrate the experiences I've had, the people I've met. I like to experience how I showed up for myself in new ways. Okay, so some of my successes this year were Ibiza staycations. It's really been the year of pivoting, of making the most of the place I currently choose to call home, Ibiza. And I holidayed at home a lot this year, like I am right now. And it's really been very magical. I met some amazing people on each of my stays. I had some beautiful experiences. I got to soak up the energy of this island and to enjoy it as you all do when you visit here. Another success for me was uncovering the power of detoxing in October. I talked about this on a previous podcast, but I did my first detox. It was a food detox, not a juice only cleanse, but it stripped away refined sugar, dairy, gluten, all fruits, and it was a really powerful experience for my body. It also was a huge emotional release, which I was not expecting. A lot of anger came up as the liver cleanses. It allowed a lot of old buried emotion to surface, to be released. And I also had so much energy. It was incredible. So that was one of my successes. And then I maintained a really consistent lifestyle. Over the previous 5 years or so, I was always on the move, always traveling, living and working from different places in the world. And it's only over the last year that I've really created a tremendous stability in my lifestyle, which was not necessarily something I was seeking, but so often we are guided onto the paths of what we need to receive rather than what we might want. And I very much feel this was the case with this grounded stability that came through in my lifestyle. I was able to connect more deeply with the incredible nature here, with the natural beauty, the sunshine, the sea, the forests. And I lived a very consistent and aligned lifestyle in 2021. Okay, my successes page overflows an A4 page. So this is one of the areas that you could just do in a sitting on its own. Just keep allowing it to flow. And the more deeply you think, the more and more things come up. So note down your successes, big and small, anything that feels like a success for you. I like to also go back through my gratitude journal and my gratitude lists and my end of month success lists to really get connected with everything that happened over the course of the last year. Okay, question number 2. What were your firsts this year? Growth and expansion is a key part of human fulfillment. We need to be growing and expanding consistently and experiencing variety. It's one of the core human needs. So in what ways did you grow this year? What new things did you try, create, or experience? So some of my firsts this year were investing in crypto, going on a seaplane, a plane that lands in the sea. That was super cool. Having a body shaping massage. That was new to me and it really did work. A course of massages, I should say. Miracles don't happen in one session, a bit like coaching. The greatest results are created over a period of time on a coaching or healing journey. And I took a sacred sexuality journey in 2021 as well. And that was new for me to commit to over a period of time. I have done Tantra in the past in workshops and weekends, but this was a new journey to commit to this for a whole year. Okay, number 3, the challenges you overcame. Okay, this is really, really important because this is a sign of the growth, how much you've grown emotionally, spiritually, as a soul. So things that you overcame this year, and we've all been collectively overcoming a lot. There's a real opportunity to slip into fear at any time. Yeah. We can slip into fear or scarcity. More than ever these last 2 years, there is an opportunity to pivot away from fear, to pivot away from scarcity, because we are constantly being invited into a perspective on the world where there isn't enough. It's not how it should be. Things are going wrong. The world's falling apart. We're in danger. We're not safe. These perspectives are consistently available to us on a daily basis. The media, the news, the collective mind offers this opportunity to really go into choice. Do you lean into it or do you lean away from it? Some of the challenges I personally overcame this year were a flood in my house during the Money Beautifully 8 launch. Not only was I at one of the most intense points in my working year when I host my free money challenge for you all, but I was also experiencing a serious flood into my home. Other challenges I overcame were a breakup, the loss of love, and the loss of hope for that partnership. Not being able to travel. That was a challenge I overcame. When I look at my plans for 2021, it's safe to say that not a lot got checked off, right? We were all called to pivot and adapt and change. I also had a month where I worked without support in my business. Due to a changeover in team, I wound up having to wear all the hats. And that was intense. And so I choose to celebrate the challenges I overcame, the challenges that didn't take me down but could have. And you are invited to do that too. Okay, number 4. What were the biggest soul lessons you learned in 2021? So this took some reflection for me, some studying, some journaling, and I settled on 2 lessons. The first one was putting up stronger boundaries in all areas of my life. And the second was not to settle in love and partnership. So number 5, this is a powerful one. What are you choosing to let go of as you move into a new year? What are you choosing to let go of as you move into a new year? So in all my programs, when you're looking to up-level your wealth and abundance and make more money, part of the journey is a journey of letting go and a forgiveness of yourself and others. Why? Because this frees up energetic space to receive more from life. And so we are on the human journey, right? We're all in this together. And there's going to be people that let you down, that betrayed you, that disappointed you. There's going to be failures by yourself, by others. There's going to be things that didn't work out as planned. So what are you choosing to let go of as you move into a new year? Maybe it's an old idea about yourself not being good enough. Maybe it's that good things happen to others but not to you. Maybe it's the belief that you never get what you want. You can actively choose what you're going to let go of. Now, it probably won't be a linear process, as spiritual growth never is. But the moment you make that decision to let go of something, you start the wheels in motion, yeah? Things start to shift. So closely linked to this is question number 6. Who do you need to forgive? Who do you need to forgive? Now, there's one person we all have in common here. It's not your mother, it's not your father, although it could be. It's yourself. We all need to forgive ourselves. We are our own harshest critics. And so I expect everybody doing this exercise to have some form of self-forgiveness here, as well as others that you need to forgive. Now, this doesn't mean forcing forgiveness, And this is a whole other episode, the practice of forgiveness. We go into this more deeply in my programs. But if you are particularly charged around a personal situation, then I would invite you to look at it more as a softening. I'm willing to consider letting go. Forgiveness does not mean condoning the behavior. It does not mean making it right. Yeah. It means I'm willing to change how I feel about this. I'm willing to start learning how to let go. And so you can put yourself wherever along that scale you need to around forgiveness. Even just the awareness of what you need to let go of is powerful. Number 7, let's take it up. It's what are you grateful for in 2021? So some of these things overlap with successes. That's how it was for me. But the gratitude piece also goes broader. So for me, I'm grateful for so much incredible sunshine in my 2021, for the warmth on my skin. I'm grateful for pure air. So these were not successes created by me. They are things that I got to experience, which I'm deeply grateful for. It could be the support of others. It could be friendship, companionship, love, intimacy. You have a blank canvas to put whatever you wish in this one. And number 8, the last powerful question I'm going to share with you today. Complete this sentence. To sum up my soul's journey in 2021, it was the year that. So for me, this is how I completed it. Simply and concisely. This was the year that I said no to less than my truth in wealth and abundance. This was the year that started on a high and ended on a high. I'm not going to share exactly what that means. That's for me to know and for you to be inspired by. But I hope this has been helpful for you. It's a beautiful time of year for going slower, for recalibrating, for integrating the past year before you turn over a blank sheet and create the coming year. And I'll be talking about that in the first week of January. But for now, I wish you a beautiful, heart-centered, light-filled, powerful and loving end of your year. Thank you so much for being on this podcast with me. So thank you for listening to today's episode. And I just want to celebrate you. I want to celebrate who you're being in the world. I want to celebrate how you're showing up for yourself, for your mission, for a better future, and for everyone around you, your friends, your family, your clients. I want to acknowledge your disappointments and invite you into self-compassion for your failures, your regrets, the things that didn't work out as planned. And I invite you to let go, surrender all that is, own your successes, and know that you have the power within you to navigate whatever comes your way. You have immense power to create, and you have a unique purpose in this world. Please never forget that. Thank you for being in my community. Thank you for your shares, your engagement on social media. Thank you for attending my webinars, participating in my programs, and for being the most incredible group of clients. All those of you I've had the privilege to work with and support through my private coaching and programs in 2022. I celebrate you. You are amazing. and I look forward to supporting you in the coming year. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in 2023. Bye for now.